Okay, man, today is April 21st, 2026, Tuesday morning, 5:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I decided to get on here and to go ahead and upload this video to YouTube because of some suspicions. You know, a lot of times I have recollections of things and I compete when these organized criminals are trying to railroad me, right? Sometimes I don't pick up on it immediately, but later on I start thinking about it, right? Because there's been so much that's been going on. As many as you know, I have multiple YouTube channels I've created in the past, some of which have been hacked, some of which I just got off of or whatever, because you know they tend to hack everything that I have, phones, emails, and everything. But last night when I decided to go to my storage over on 5402 West Flagler Street in Coral Gables, Florida, and I got there just before 10 is the shut-off time, 6 to 10 of the hours, right? And got there about 9:40 or so p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 20, 2026. I remember, as I recall, as I walked to the door to go into the entrance where it's like the front entrance where the office, you know, of course it's closed, it's after hours, but the door right to the side, you can pull it open and walk through it. And as soon as I walked through it, I recall seeing a white vehicle. I can't recall if it was a four-door, Mercedes, or what, but I remember the vehicle that it looked like to me was a vehicle that I had been seeing as a young teenager, like had been in that car a few days in a row or whatever. I didn't think nothing of it, but now I'm starting to think maybe these are some of the monitoring spirits that they've been having around. I think maybe he's Hispanic or something. I'm not certain. And I remember another time where I was asking, hey, would you like to buy some earrings? And then other guy rode up on a bike. He was like, hey, you know, this is my friend, this and that, there. He's just a kid. Okay, I was just asking, you want to buy some earrings? Do you want to buy some earrings? I didn't think nothing of it, but I remember the night before that, either the night before or the night before, there was a heavy Hispanic guy, and I don't know if she was a white chick or a Spanish chick that looks white with like blondish hair. One night I came out and they were out there too, you know. But last night anyway, when I got there, when I came through the door, I noticed I seen the big Hispanic dude. He's a fat dude, real chubby, and bald head, and that blonde chick. And they were at their white car. As soon as I walked in, they hear a bloop, and then when they said something real quick, and shut the door. And he shut the door. When he shut the door, I went to walk. I'm mind my business, right? And there was another red vehicle parked to the right too. But I'm gonna mind my business and just go to my, storage. As I walked by, I noticed the big dude and the pale chick, blonde hair. I pushed in my code, and they came in through the door with me, right? And I didn't think nothing of it, so I pushed the elevator to get on, and I got on the elevator and turned around. They went ahead and stayed back, like okay. So I went up. I was really thankful they didn't get in because, people know I'm suspicious. So went up to the 4th floor, 4813 is where my storage unit is at. Went in, got my sleeping bag, which is right there, and came on back out. I came on back out, and then I left. And as I was walking out, I went through that same door that I came in. As soon as I went out, this white vehicle, one of those automated driving vehicles that drive themselves, they got the black ball thing that turns around on top, and the rear car. As soon as I walked down, it pulls up and just stops by me, right? But I thought that was cool. I'm looking in there, there ain't nobody in there, and then it took off. I thought that was cool though, so I was like, hey, it's interesting to me, right? And as I was doing it, another Hispanic guy was coming across the street. It probably looked like he could have been in his early 20s or so. He had some hair, kind of like, and he started talking. I was like, man, I started telling him, because I was excited. Man, you see that? He was like, oh, this was. He's like, yeah, they got a lot of vehicles like that, such they drive. I was like, yeah, but it stopped, and then it pulled up on me. Like I thought it was cool, because I was like, man, they got robots, saying, following me, protecting me or something, or that's what I was thinking, like, or maybe making a move. I don't know, man. But it was interesting to me, like, yeah, such and such. And so anyway, so he ended up walking down past the first stop where you can catch the 11 and down to the other stop where there's 11 and the trolley stop in front of in that little center, shopping center, and there's a little car wash over there on that end. So I decided, well, I'm gonna walk down that way too because they have a trolley and a bus stop. So whichever comes first, I can catch it and go ahead and go back to the airport area. You know, it takes you to the Miami International Center, right? So when I walked down, I seen him. He was talking to a heavy-set Hispanic girl and another lady, older, and they were just talking. I mind my business, you know. The trolley finally pulls up. We all get on, right? You know. So, you know, and I go all the way to the back because I like to be alone myself anyway. I'll be watching YouTube all pretty much through the night. And, you know, as we're riding and stuff, I remember one Hispanic lady, because I think she had got on, or I'm not certain what all I know is as we was fit to turn this one particular corner to go down the street, I heard a boom, 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 and I looked back and it was a lady, she was doing, so I was like, hey, the lady. And then, so she thought we were gonna keep going, so she turned around to take off walking like she was gonna leave, but then he decided he was gonna pull over. So I was like, boom, I started hitting on the window, like, you know, to let her know to come get on, because I thought she was trying to get on. And they were like, no, she just left her umbrella on there. And they were like, don't do that. Oh, I'm like, okay, I apologize, y'all. No harm intended. You know. So they pull over, she comes, they give her her umbrella, right? So we leave, you know what I'm saying? But while we were riding, I noticed the younger dude, he came back there and started, because he was asking me questions like where I'm from. He said, I'm from Dallas, Texas, this and that, the other, blah, blah, blah. You know, social interaction, whatever. I was just telling him, I said, I think the government here sucks. You know what I'm saying? He was like, why you say that? I was like, well, because of, you know, this, that, the other, you know what I'm saying? Make you wait 30 days trying to get it SNAP or just, you know, I was just talking about things, right? So anyway, so when we get to him to the Miami International Center, whatever, so he starts talking to me, whatever, and he said right before we get ready to get off, he was like, always remember, everyone has a day to die. And I was like, yeah, everyone has to die. We all live to die, you know. Because I'm just making conversation, speaking about truths of life, right? I didn't think of nothing about these things then, right? So I noticed we got off, and as we were about to go, I'm going to go towards the Greyhound area. He starts talking to me again, and he shakes my hand, but I notice he's squeezing, you know what I'm saying? And they're kind of tight. I was like, okay, doing another. And he's talking like he's making friendly, right? And, you know, sitting there and talking about he's bored too, and blah, blah, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm homeless, you know, this, that, other. So, okay, this, that. He gives me a hug, he passes me, and then I'm going to leave again. He wants to shake my hand again and pat me, give me another hug. You know, I'm thinking that all cool at first, you know what I'm saying? But now in hindsight, I feel like it's just people trying to pretend like they know me and like they know me, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about everything now. My mind usually does this. It rewinds everything in slow motion. Now I'm starting to wonder with the way all that played out. Because then he was like, well, where you going to be at? I said, I'm going down to the Greyhound area, because the police was up there threatening to put me out night before last, you know, and told me that if I come back, they're going to arrest me and all that. But now I see really what it is, man. They want to keep me out and about so they can set up these frame tips and try to make it look like I did it. In addition, you got to always remember in some of my other YouTube channels where I talked about how when I was at the one hospital, how they drugged me and knocked me out, and then another time they took 8 tubes of blood, claiming like they was going to do tests. You're not going to take no 8 tubes of blood for them, you know. But it come to my attention that they've been swapping my DNA, right? Because to persecute, frame these crimes in order to cover up the crimes of all these organized criminals and these mobs and these cults and covens and all these different people that's involved in all this organized crime, it's essential to frame me, to kill me, or put me away so that they can cover up and everyone else can get away with what they're doing and what they've done to me. So that's what explains why they took so many tubes of blood there one time at that hospital in New Orleans when they took them 8 tubes of blood. They paying these people all this money. I don't know, you know, people, these organized crime, they got plenty of money, you know. And family, exes, whatever, man, all these different groups that are tied together, I don't know. I'm not in none of that shit. Never have been, never will be. They trying to make it look like I'm tied into organized crime. I'm tied into coke groups. You know, and little birdie told me, it don't matter how I got the information, how I got the downloads, that they've been taking, like them 8 tubes of blood, they wasn't really just, we're gonna run it for tests, because it was that day I was like, because I had asked them the day after they had knocked me out, and So I said, I want to know if they injected me with any HIVAs or anything, right? So that's it. That was their excuse for taking 8 tubes of blood, but you don't need 8 tubes of blood to do that. What that is you got the organized criminal and paid them all this fucking money to be able to get some of that blood so that they can then plant blood on crime scenes or switch out DNA for whoever else they done did some criminal activity. So, boom, that being said, so that's why, in my mind, that's how I see it. They don't mean me well. They don't really love me and shit. And they're making it trying to look like I'm associated with them or that I know them when I don't. I'm always by myself. I meet people in passing. But because it's so much they have going on, I mean, when you're dealing with worldwide criminal organizations and cults and covens and things like that, they got plenty of money. It ain't shit for them to offer somebody $250,000, $50,000, $10,000, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go up in these hospitals and they pull up in these fancy cars and all this money is there, tell them, assure them, then they got these high society people backing them and telling them this and that there. You know what I'm saying? You got crooked judges, large officials in the government system. They feel like they can do what the fuck they want to, but they've been doing it for so long, right? Anyone who speaks truth, especially when you're undergoing these type of things, attacks, spiritual attacks, they're doing voodoo, witchcraft, black magic, sorcery, and these type of things to try to drive you crazy, to shut you up, to silence you, instead of just turning from the wicked ways, all on the social platforms, YouTube and different other platforms, manipulate narratives and act like they're putting out true readings when they're trying to basically like we giving you readings of what's going on. Yeah, this guy here, you know what I'm saying, he's a hitman and all that shit. This is why he's traveling. I've been trying to get away from these people, man. The confusion for me where it comes in is not knowing exactly who's who, what's what, because no one won't say directly what's, you know what I'm saying? I believe they have some of my family members been tied up in it somehow, some way. Either they've been attacked or they tied up in it, if they done it, or they choose to try to back or they say, no, it's not right, and then they get it. I don't know exactly everything. I don't know shit. I can't completely wholeheartedly know. I can only have a bunch of suspicions, right? Because I'm not part of no in group, no in crowd. So this is why, the multiple channels, Meek and Humble One, MEKNHUMBLE, and then the number one, Prince of God, 364, no spaces, Satan Perion, 1111, The Great Divide, 1111, and all kinds of other channels. I'm starting to forget them now because it's been so much and been going on for so many years, right? And, instead of people repenting of the evil that they've done to me, they continue to double down, and basically this is why I get the angry looks, the angry stares wherever I go. Piss off different groups. You don't know who you're pissing off. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who's who. You're hoping and praying for justice, but it never comes. It's delayed. Oh, it's gonna come. Now it ain't coming. They delay and tactics so they can set you up, frame you for some more shit, and some more shit, and some more shit, and some more shit, and more shit. So that way they can slander you so bad to where no one will listen to you, believe anything you say, right? But then all the fucking police reports you file online, all the damn calls numbers you give, everything you do to stay out the way, and they still continue with the evil and the fuck shit. So this is how I see it. This is how I see it. They have been making like those youngsters were just sitting there, because sometimes it be two, sometimes it be one, but they're monitoring spirits. They monitoring the storage space. Then also I noticed when we had got off, before we get to MI Center, the driver stopped at a little gas station. And as soon as when we stop, he gets off, and I'm like, what's going on? Ain't this supposed to be going to MI International Center? And so the Hispanic dude that was like, oh yeah, man, he's just getting off to take a shit. So I thought about that for a minute. So I could probably just smoke a cigarette then. So when he said that, I went ahead, I could smoke a cigarette, I went ahead to get off. When I got off, as soon as I got off, took that step down, boom, and I looked up, it was another Hispanic guy over there with a group of other Hispanics. They were like 4 fancy cars. One of them took a picture of me, and then they act like they just doing other stuff, and they start talking, I guess, I don't know what all they doing, right? And I know the driver, he was looking at them like, that's interesting too, right? Maybe he don't fully know what's happening. Maybe they paid him to stop there, I don't know. I wasn't thinking nothing either, right? And then they was getting ready to leave. One of them was jammed. Like, yeah, I see you, man, you youngsters, man. Because I feel like the young generation has to be the one to get this evil off the earth, man. Because of course they programming a lot of them to do evil fuck shit too. So anyway, one of them was jamming hip hop, one of them was jamming Spanish music. It was like 3 or 4 cars they left. Then of course I finally get to the international airport, but I started replaying everything in my mind, and so I didn't go to the. I went to the Greyhound area, went around, sat on the bench for a while. I remember I laid down for a minute, was watching my YouTube as usual, and then the black security guard came up there, said, "Man, hey, sit up," I said, "Okay, cool." After a while, I ended up going up the escalator steps, going to the airport, take a leak, then came back out, charged my phone for a while, then charged my phone a few different places, went to the bathroom a couple times, then I went to like these stairs that go down. I went, it's like when you leave the rental center car thing, you can go down the walkway, go to the Greyhound and go down the steps. But instead of going down the elevator to the left, there's an exit door. First I was laying right there, charging right there for a little bit too. Then I decided to get up and go in them stairwell, go that first step, go down the first flight, and I laid out my little, my little sleeping bag and laid down for the chill, smoke a cigarette. Security ended up coming in there too, saying, "Oh, you can't be in here." Okay, cool. So basically, I really didn't get much sleep because they pretty much saying don't sleep nowhere. You gotta sit up, walk, something. So all through the night, I waited till the train started running. Got on the train. But then when I started thinking about these things, I got off here at Santa Clara where I am now. Long story short, I ended up calling the police probably about 20 minutes ago. So that would probably be about 5:20, 5:25, somewhere around there. It's now 5:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was telling the lady my suspicions, and she said, "Well, that's probably a non-emergency complaint and probably don't have nothing to file on, but what you can do is go back up to the stores and ask them if they have any video or anything like that." So that's what I'm gonna do too, and ask them about that, and I'm gonna record that as well. They definitely up to something, man, and I just hate that I have to constantly be on guard and on watch out suspicious like this. And of course you have to wonder, are these people steady playing mind games, or what's the purpose, or what was his purpose of saying, remember everyone has to die? You know what I'm saying? Was that part of a conversation set up to make it look like we talking about some sinister shit? Did they kill somebody at that secure space store last night and plant my blood or something? So this is another reason why too I'm getting suspicious of hospitals, anyone that draws blood, and things like that, because this shit is deep and devilish out here, man. You can't trust nobody. I don't give a fuck what color they are. Some of them, different groups piss me off. I get mad, upset. I have my days, man. Black, white, brown, purple, it don't matter. I guess they call me a fake spiritualist or whatnot, since they can't get me to do anything bad or get me to pop out. They're just like, excuse me, y'all, we're just gonna railroad him or get rid of him or something. Shit been going on, man. It's definitely organized crime, man. But it's sad. It's a sad situation, man. It's a whole lot of criminal activity, organized criminal activity. Then on top of that, you have people who see the way I feel like family members got caught up in it. They had my devilish sister, Wicked Rich the West, who deceived a lot of motherfuckers and, wanted something that was left to me by my neighbor. You know what I'm saying? But see, they all blackmailing each other because they all done did some devilish shit. My sister Carl, I think they did some devilish shit when they ran me out, kept getting me put out my Aunt Mabel's house. See, I didn't know she left something to me, right? I do know that verbally she let everybody know she was gonna leave me the car, but I just kept knowing something was wrong when I started getting treated very badly, getting put out and shit for no reason. They lying her, she's bedridden, and I'll be like, ain't maybe I do it, they lying. She done cried to me before. I done said that on other videos too. She said, they just be on me about you, but she, 95, she was perfectly mental, she was all out, she was good. She just couldn't, because she had that fall when they had to do the surgery, and ever since then, she never got a ability to just take care of herself fully again. So, that being said, man, I can't, I hate it. It's a sad situation where people will be angry and hate you for the evil shit that they do to you, or because they feel like they want to take revenge on you for whatever reason. You know, we don't. It's sad when they make the victim. People try to play the victim role and make you like when you're the victim, like I'm the victim, right? And those who are the aggressors, the ones who orchestrating all this evil, wicked shit to steal, kill, and destroy, and take things from you, to harm you, play mind games, all this shit. They get a bunch of chaos and bullshit started up, and then it rolls up so big the word it's on the brink of tearing all types of families apart, all types of getting people locked up and in jail. And say, man, no one told you. I don't even want to cuss people out, man. I'm just gonna say childish, foolish games to destroy people's lives, to try to intimidate, to play with, control. People thinking that they your God. They're gonna be the God in your life, tell you who you can be with, who you can go, who you can't go, what you can do, what you can have, what you can't have. I'm gonna take this from you. You ain't, or you don't deserve it, and all that type of shit. And then they start getting caught up more and more and more, then involving more and more people, other family members, police officials, and then they involving more people, and then coats and covens, and then I don't know who's all what. Y'all ain't the one that been having death magic chunked at you all the time. I'm saying I'm getting it from the readers. Of course, I don't know what type of magic you use, but I do know for certain it's been some dog shit. I know motherfuckers been putting dog shit my way, man. Period. I don't practice no dog shit. I praise God and God only. But when I first going through, it was very intense when weird shit initially happened. And I started praying hard and looking up, trying to find research on YouTube, trying to find how to get rid of a curse. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to do some of the bad kind of rituals. Like you kind of say your prayer in earnest and then soak in the water, different things like that. I was trying to, and it seemed like it worked for a time, but these people keep attacking. But I noticed that things would come up missing. Garments, clothing items, drawers. And they'll have people even in your own family on both sides. Because there's some times that I was at my sister's house on my dad's side too, where some shit come up missing, shorts done went missing, or just different things like that. But I've been other places where drawers and so I start perceiving that they be paying people closest to you to get certain things from you to be able to do for spell work to cast upon you, doing graveyard magic, as some of the people say. It actually made me think about a time when I remember a particular family member said some shit about motherfuckers being in the graveyard chanting and shit, doing, you know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is no doubt in my mind this shit is real. The thing about it is all this grand deception, you need to take this up with those who got you into this shit and stop trying to frame me, harm me. So the initial mind games, they okay, your ex or your so-called ace, and then them fucking around, and then you leaving them playing around, and then the other ex, you know what I'm saying? Okay, they spooked you, scared you, so you start filing complaints and this and that there, and why they, because you want to know, I'm hurting and turn my family against me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's y'all fucking fault for causing that situation. But then for people to then double down and get mad and decide, well, we gonna attack you too, and then everybody just jump on the bandwagon. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? Well, really, that had already happened, because I had already been receiving shit. But then it gets even worse and worse, and I guess everyone feel like they can do what the fuck they want to do, because they part of these cults, covens, satanic cults, dark or otherwise, fraternity, societies, secret or otherwise, organized criminals or whatnot. I don't know, gangs or whatnot. It's sad, man. What really bothers me is when the innocent ones, man, I have some family members, man, that I know, man, I pray, man, all the time, man, just for those who are innocently we caught up into this bullshit just because of the wicked minds. And I cannot believe the depth of devious schemes that some people's minds can construct. And I perceive this about my color. You know, God forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't need no forgiveness. I'm gonna say I just feel bad for her, man. Because my other sister used to always warn me about how wicked she was. You know what I'm saying? And just, but she kept her peace and cool with it. She just, they talk sometimes, but pretty much like keep it. My family fucked up, period. We got a bunch. I've always perceived that we've had a bunch of wickedness, narcissistic type tendencies in our family line, right? Like, especially with the women, they've always been vengeful and just, you can just hear it in a lot of their tone of voice, man. And then getting one of the meals, I perceive, you know what I'm saying, my cousin involved, and because he started treating me bad, talking to me, like, I didn't understand what was coming. It's like everybody, and like, to this day, I still have no solid evidence that my mom ever left me way more than what I think, but I perceive it strongly in my heart because of all things. And then I start remembering how my sister started, weird shit started, like, I'll be in the house, your spirit can pick up on things, even though you may not say it. You can just see how the spirit, like the snake in them, like, and then like the mail's like, oh, sorry I had opened this, such. And then it's like, well, why she opened my mail? Basically, I'm looking at it like it's something she knew about that you were stealing. It's something that you were stealing. Whatever it was she was waiting for, this has been like, yeah, you give me the bullshit mail when it's all told, but it's just some bullshit. It was something that you've been waiting for, it's something that you've been doing. I've had everything stolen from me, man. I had the True Solar calendar stolen from me. They hacked that and took it off the internet. You know what I'm saying? I had an account on, what is it called, Canva.com. And both sides of the family have worked to a certain degree. It's crazy because I didn't know that all of them was part of these things, right? Then, whatever A. Mabel left me was taken from me. Then, it's like, shortly after I left, they kept getting me put out, and finally, like, because after the last time I got put out, I was at my other sister out in Frisco. I get a call telling me she's gone. Something ain't right about that, I was thinking. She was perfectly all right. Yeah, she's bedridden, but she had all the mental. Anyway, man, it's like, okay. Hopefully I'm wrong, prayfully I'm wrong. But the thing is, man, with all this evil shit, it's just too much. It's too deep, and it's going on too long. And everybody fucking up everybody's lives, man. The one thing I'm not gonna do is sit up and let a motherfucker do is railroad me and frame me. So people can get mad all they want of me, man. Killing me is not gonna be your solution. Everybody know now. In your solution, you say, okay, well, it's an investigation too, we can't kill him. Even some reason say, shit, you can't even kill him, you ain't got a chance. So that let me know the shit real. But those who have been put on alert to watch out for whatever also ain't going out their way to like stop the railroading. It's like they trying to give them enough time to do what they need to do because it's people even in government who deep up in high levels is part of this shit. They all caught up. And their only solution to the fucking problem is to either kill me or let these motherfuckers railroad me. And you can't tell me after 6 years of this shit that nobody knows. Everybody knows. Outside countries as well. That's why they really don't want me to leave. That's why they keep trying to pin me in certain locations. This is why no matter what job I apply for, no matter how many applications I put in, I can never get, and if I do get responses just for show, they gonna make sure I don't get nowhere. But they gonna leave the public to think he just a bum, he's a drug addict, he's this. Bitch, we can do a blood test right now. I can't remember the last time I done anything. I've had 2 drinks out of the last 8 days or so. Them little, I be getting the fifth, half-fifth, little pain mix. I think it's maybe pain. But anyway, but I'm not your solution to your problem, man. Furthermore, I perceive that because I've been paying attention that people been trying to make back and forth like, okay, well, you want to pin something on me, like make me ice queen, is that? So I perceive they're trying to say that someone in my family is an ice queen. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit. Ain't my business, I don't know, all I'm saying. And then his particular family members, all they working against me so well, we gonna railroad his ass and make him take the fall for this, and that, other. I don't know what the fuck everybody be doing. But I don't understand how people expect me to fucking let y'all harm my life, fuck up my name, legacy. I mean, man, look, it ain't nothing, period. First of all, I ain't no saint, ain't nobody saint. I'm not even getting all that. I'm tired of explaining. Everybody know, man. Everybody know. And this is why I want to get out this country. This is why I don't want to be here. It's too devilish. You remember what God say about Babylon? Her wounds are too deep. They cannot be healed. What he mean by that is this deep, devilish, sinister, secretive, conniving, corruption ass shit. It's just done got too deep in this country. This is why he say, flee her before her destruction comes, so you will not partake of her judgments. He's warning you that all this shit shall become so advanced, it won't be no ability to heal. The only thing that can occur is death and destruction, because they are not willing to heal, change, take accountability. And what is it that, what I want to know is, let's talk about this shit openly. All you devilish, secretive, I don't want to disrespect nobody, because I get upset sometimes. Talk openly about the fuck shit y'all got going on. Instead of paying all this money, man. Much money, as long as this been going on and much money they don't spread around, they probably could have built a few different mansions. Stop it. And what have you taken from me that may cause you to be that jealous, greedy, and envious, when I would have probably gave you a half of it my fucking self? Because I just love like that. My stupid ass gave them all the $60,000 away when I inherited from my brother. Well, I'm dumb for doing this shit, man. Because y'all so fucked up. Y'all, forgive me, man. Please heal. Please stop. Killing me is only gonna make it worse. Framing me and railroad me is only gonna make it worse. You upset because I continue to file all these emails down the road and stuff. Yeah, I done stopped for a while. But you know, when they paid all them people off too in the different countries and shit, paid all the different agencies off too. Everybody still know about it. Even if you paid everybody out right now and finally got rid of me, killed me, locked me up, whatever. Everybody, you gonna always be known for this stain. No matter if it comes out or not, you gonna always be known for this stain unless you clean that stain up. How can you expect anyone to ever again to have faith or to believe in you when you go along with shit like this, man? Stop it. Leave me the fuck alone. Oh, we want to show you he ain't no saint. He's fake religious healer. What are y'all then, by comparison? All right. Peace out, man. Stay prayed up.